I'm Danielle Smith with ExtraordinaryMommy.com, and I'm delighted today to be speaking with Phil Lempert, the supermarket guru. Phil, thank you so much for joining me.
Danielle, it's my pleasure, but next time we have to actually meet in a supermarket and do it there.
Oh, I would love to do that because, I'm a mom, I have a family, and I happen to think that I'm not alone in believing that nutrition and budget are two things that are constantly on our minds. So I wanted to talk about those topics, but I wanted to frame them in the aisle because we can't do it in an actual grocery store because we're doing it like this. But let's talk about frozen foods.
Well, actually, March is Frozen Food Month, so the timing is perfect. And a lot of people really don't understand the freezing process. Now, Clarence Birdseye created it, patented it, and really changed everything for every single mom in America. But keep in mind, especially in the produce aisle, as more of us want fresh. We keep on saying we want local, we want fresh. Well, when produce is in season, yes, the produce department is the way to go. But in February or March and you want great tasting strawberries, you're not going to find them in the produce department. Typically, those items have been picked before they're ripe, they're gassed to turn red, and they're pretty tasteless. So if you actually head to the frozen food case and you get those bags of strawberries or blueberries or vegetables, they were actually picked at the peak of freshness, then frozen within hours of being picked. They're going to have more nutrients, they're going to have a great taste, and they're going to be about half the price.
Now, I know that sometimes when I go to the sections like when I'm looking at seafood and meats, those talk about being frozen as well. So what's the difference between going to the case and going to the frozen food aisle?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Danielle, because in the frozen food case, you're also going to save a lot of money. But the next time you go into the supermarket, go over to that fresh seafood case, and what you're going to see are little signs next to most of the seafood that say previously frozen. Think about how seafood is caught. Boats go out for weeks at a time. They catch the fish. They either process it on the boat or they freeze it on the boat. Then it's brought back to shore. It's defrosted. Then it goes back to the store that puts it on ice. Well, for me, if you buy the seafood that was frozen on the boat, again, within hours or minutes of being caught, it's going to taste a lot better. All you've got to do is defrost it overnight in your refrigerator, and great, better taste, better texture, and a lot less money.
Now, I know you and I were talking about how great video is for show and tell. So this would be one of those moments that if you and I were standing in an aisle, this would be a great show and tell moment. How do I know when I pick up a frozen food bag just how fresh it might be?
Well, you don't know that. You want to look for the expiration date, certainly. And also what you want to do is you want to look at country of origin. And then there's apps out there like Seafood Watch that will tell you whether or not the species that you're getting is of concern from a health or nutrition or a food safety standpoint.
Can I hear the amount of ice in the bag?
You can. Certainly when you pick up frozen vegetables, sprinkle it. And that way what you'll find is that if you really hear large ice crystals, it probably was defrosted. Not intentionally, but again, the next time you're in a supermarket, look at what happens when they unpack the items. It's sitting in the aisle for an hour, hour and a half, and it defrosts. So reach in the back, make sure you get one that's solid.
How should I be comparing ingredients in frozen foods?
Well, you want to look very carefully. When it comes to fruits and vegetables, you want to make sure no sodium has been added. You want to make sure that there's no sauces in there, no sugars that are added, just the plain old fruits and vegetables by themselves. When it comes to other products, whether it's prepared foods and the like, again, read those ingredients carefully. And also look to see what the process is for cooking. One of my favorite innovations over the past couple of years was steaming. We're now seeing more and more products that steam technology. And that's important because basically the way microwave technology works is it finds concentrations of sugars and fats, and it cooks there first. And that's why you get hot spots. So the products that are out there now that do use the steaming technology, products, for example, one of my favorite is Healthy Choices Top Chef inspired cafe steamers. It comes out perfectly every time. Not only great tasting dishes that have roasted garlic, asparagus, grilled eggplant in them, but also, the steaming makes sure that it tastes great every time.
have many, many more tips. Would you please tell all of my viewers where they can find you online?
Absolutely. Right here on Extraordinary Mommy, but also on supermarketguru.com. And let's continue the discussion up and down every aisle of the store.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Phil, for joining me. Have a great day.